I am not a professional herbalist, so I'm not going to give you like a certified knowledge. I just share what I do and what works for me. And it does miracles for me, and it works for me. And I read it, I studied from different classes and stuff. So it really works. So two people asked me to share the recipe for this salve and for the sleeping in honey infusion. So honey infusion is very easy to make. So you need to have organic raw honey, preferably liquid because it's easier to. If your honey is like thick and crystallized, you need to do it on a water bath. Don't put it in microwave because you will kill everything in it. Right? And also, you don't put metal spoons in the honey. It kills enzymes in it. Just wooden or plastic spoon, and don't put metal lid on it.
You recommend only wood.
Wooden, yeah. But if you don't have wooden, at least plastic. I mean, don't put metal. Yeah, but it's always the best way to do. But if you don't have sometimes, so you need honey, and you need apple cider vinegar. Apple cider vinegar also you can find organic one. If you don't have organic one and you really need, you can use regular one. You know, it's always better than nothing. So you do 50-50 of each. And then you just take herbs that you want to have infusion with. So if I do infusion for cold, like for example, if you have a little kid, and little kid wouldn't like to, so little kids they don't like all these compresses and rub and things to take like onion and garlic and honey stuff, and it's just hard for them. So like nice sweet tea that tastes good actually works miracles. So for the cold, I tried this year and it works amazing. So I put there thyme because thyme is good for for cough, for respiratory health, and help with like a kind of sort of disinfects, kills the germ. And then I put oregano, right? In English, oregano. Oregano is a very strong antibiotic. So it's very strong. So if you put it there, it just works as an antibiotic. My friend, she's already, and if your cows get sick, she puts a little bit oregano essential oil in the bath, in the water where they drink, and they get well. Yeah.
There's food grade oregano, and then there's oregano that's used on the outside of your body. So you have to use the food grade one.
No, then I put in honey infusion. I put herb
No, I know.
from my garden.
But like when you do essential oil, there's two types of oregano.
Oh yeah. So no, right now we don't use it for that. We just we just use it for different. Yeah, plant. Yeah, it's in my garden. I just got it.
Does it have to be dry or?
So then you do infusions, and you can put fresh or better do a little bit. I make it wilted
Okay.
because if it's wet, then it's more moisture. Your life shelf will be shorter because it might get moldy. But the honey, principally, it's really good preservative too. So it's like really hard to make it bad with the honey. But yeah, the drier the better. For some reason, I don't like it completely dry. For some reason, I make it like wilted but not completely dry. Uh,
Time is also dry.
yeah, I just gather all of it and I put it on a towel at home, and it kind of dries a little, maybe a day or two. So for the cold, the thyme, oregano, then I put there heel oil. Heel oil is an amazing plant.
Can you say that again?
Heel oil, heel oil or all heel. So this is a weed that grows everywhere. Like if you walk. So I found it online, and I read about it, and that has a name heel oil because it has so many properties. That's why people named it. It starts from inflammation to cough to almost every single sickness in the body. It's just amazing properties in this heel oil.
How do you spell it? So,
Heal all, like healing process, heal all, yeah, or all heal if you have two names. So I put that one because it's very good with respiratory and also good with inflammation. It takes inflammation, it takes cough out. And then I put there What else I put there in my?
Excuse me, before
Yes.
we move on though. You're holding a plant and saying you get heel oil on one.
That's the name of it, called Heal All, the name of the plant.
Do you
Yes.
grow that in your garden?
No, you can pass it. It's just, I found it on the sidewalks up here.
When you put it in, how are you putting it in?
Oh, I just pick it on my property. It's everywhere.
But how are you putting it into that?
Oh, in a jar. So yeah, so you get all these plants, whatever you wanna put, and you pack the jar. Imagine this is empty, right? So you just pack it about this much, right? So you have some space. Just pack it sometimes to make it more effective. Oh, and I added uh, wild rose fruit. Rose hips. So they have lots of vitamin C. Um, rose hips.
From the wild rose plant, there's those orange little buds that grow after the flower blooms. Yeah. So you
Yeah. So I put those ones. I put little bit chamomile because it never can hurt. Uh, put something else. So see what happens when you didn't prepare it ahead. I didn't know I will do a presentation, but those what you already have, it's very good, especially if you have heel all in there. You can put this clover too if you have. It's growing. It's good for the system too.
That's called red clover.
Red clover, yeah, red clover. Um, and then so whatever herbs you wanna plant, put. Sometimes I put them through the uh, yeah, through the processor to make it more like fine. And then I just fill it with, I do separate mix vinegar and honey, 50-50. Because honey is so thick and if you just pour it out. So first time I didn't know, I just learned and then I tried to put honey and I had it all over my place and all these herbs and my husband called it not honey infusion, it's like your honey confused. How's your honey confusion turned out? So, and then just let it stay. And after a while, so people say 6 to 8 weeks, but you can keep it longer. So basically, there is no limit. Then you need to use it. So I used it and I got so sick with the cough. It was terrible cough. Kids turned air conditioning, and I just got cold. So I was coughing like like an old man, like from the street. And I said, well, I need to do something. I'm going camping. So I come and I still have those herbs in there. I just got a little spoon out and put in my tea, couple spoons, and it just suddenly like got so much better. Like 2-3 days, it really helped me, really helped. So that's for the cold. You can also see what other herbs for cold is good. You can add in there as well. So now the one for sleep, the one for sleep. So it's also 50-50 vinegar and honey. And then you put there all the herbs for nervous system. So I put there the base herbs that work the best is the California poppy. It's like a California poppy. It's like a poppy, but it's not poppy. It goes California poppy. It's just flowers, orange flowers. You can see them in Washington on the shores, on the roads, everywhere. So that's a very awesome plant for nervous system, and it's safe for children even. It has no like side effects. It's like really really good. It helps people if you have like a stressful life. So basically, people have two kinds of stress. One stress, if you have stress, it affects your intestine and your digestive system. And some people, when they're stressed, like my husband, if he's stressed, like if I even say my kid something at the table they did wrong, he can eat. He needs to have peace and nice atmosphere. Like some people just if they nervous, they eat even more. So that one, if you have digestive upset stomach, then you can calm it easily. You can have a chamomile, you can have lavender, you have good calming herbs, and you're good. But the hardest part, the stress that goes into your muscles. Did you see the people? They kind of grow big, and they almost don't eat anything, and they keep growing big, and they kind of, you know. So that stress it collects in the muscles, and people can't relax well. And that was with me. I just was like that. And that stress is very hard to calm. And this California poppy is really good for that. It's for the people who like burning, as they say, from both ends. You know, then you have so much work and this and that and that and that, and then you go to sleep and you still think about all these things. So then I did this honey infusion and I was squeezing the herbs, honey from the herbs, and then I licked my hand and I said, oh, and I fell asleep. It was just so good. So, and then another plant you add there is a skull cap.
Can you, what's the first one?
The first one is California poppy. You can use all plant.
Yes.
All plant. So you buy it. So then you buy it online, dried ones, because I didn't have it. It didn't grow on my property, so I bought it online. And you buy a dry one. I said, well, like quarter pound probably not enough. I should order like half pound. You know, dry half pound is a big bag. It's like, oh my goodness, this is huge. So don't order big amount because it comes like little weight takes a lot of space. So California poppy and that skull cap. The skull cap is a type of, it's from mint family. So that is also very calming, very good. It also put blood pressure down a little bit. So those two are main components. And then you can add there lavender, then you can add balm. I also add the hawthorn, hawthorn. So that one is very good for anxiety. The people who have anxiety, they're stressed before exam or something.
It's also good for high blood pressure.
Yes, and also for blood pressure. That is calming effect. Good for heart as well, yes. But it's also very good for anxiety. If people take that, sometimes people have a tincture and you just put a little bit in the water and you drink and it suddenly you just focus. So those three already, like if you are stressed, it takes stress away, it makes you sleep good. And in the morning you have a clarity, just such a clarity of thought, you're just different person. This is where I learned from. I went to class, one of the ladies taught, she's not Seventh-day Adventist, her name is a witch, hemp witch. So I was hoping to invite her to teach at my place, but she said that she have her beliefs and she should preach them along with the class. And I said, no, I don't want to do that with her hemp stuff. But the class was really good, and this is where she made it. That we made this tincture from skull cap and California poppy, and then it was boiling. Was a honey and apple cider vinegar too. And I felt that, you know, those mice on the cheese and the cartoon. I felt like I'm gonna go there and I'm gonna drink the whole pot of it. I don't know why. Like I had that craving. I didn't realize how stressed and tense I was. So then she finished and she gave each of us like a little, like a bottle with an eyedropper. And she said like maximum 3. I made 3 and I had it and then I did another 3 and another. And then I was like, oh, I'm gonna get home. What if I will fall asleep on the way? But I just felt I just needed it. I don't know why. And the next day I keep taking it. And suddenly I just turned into a different person. All this anxiety, stress, all this like tiredness. You always like zombie, you do things, but you're always tired. It all went away. You just like feel 18 years old. It's just really awesome. So, and then after a while, and I started losing weight because I was really big. And all this stress and my muscles and everything went away. I just turned into a different person, really. And every time I go somewhere, I always carry it with me. Because if something like, someone, you know, yells at you, something like makes you like shake. You just put like one eyedropper on the drink and you're already a normal person. I had a question then. How long to take it?
How long do you eat it for?
To eat it?
Repeat it. How often do you do
Oh, how long to repeat? Oh, so we're not making tincture. So I just explained how it works for me. So I use the same herb and honey, and it works same. That's so much easier because that one that she taught, it's different proportions and it's harder to make and it needs to be shown. No, you don't cook. So that one was a different one. But this is where I learned how it works and it really helped me. So then I came home, I said, well, I should put it in a honey and make it myself. So I put those herbs and I put bee balm, I put lavender in there, I put mint, I put chamomile, I put hops. Hops is very good for nervous system. So I put that one in there. Hops. Hops. No, I didn't put centrospore because some people say it doesn't go well. It's very unique plant. Should be on its own. I don't know. Yeah. So those ones and
Can you please repeat the one that you say is the best? Because I only have California coffee, skull cap, lavender, balm,
chamomile, chamomile hops. You can put mint. It's very good for nervous system.
Any mint or because I know mint has a lot of different families.
Well, I put little.
Spearmint or
I didn't have any mint, so I just I put mint in this one, but you can add just a little branch in there because I'm allergic to mint, so I can't have it. But you theoretically can put it there.
for the kilo, I did it on my phone. I screenshot. It's the plantain. It's plantain. The kilo.
Oh,
Yeah, it's plantain. The kilo and plantain are
Yeah.
the same. It's,
No,
it's
no,
the
they're
same.
not same.
They're not the same.
No,
They're not the same.
it's a different. This is plantain.
This one that you gave us was like plantain. That one looked like plantain. I took it and it was saying it was plantain.
No, this has flowers. See, the
Oh, yeah, that
plantain.
one is
Yeah, plantain
Oh, okay.
doesn't have flowers.
One that's
Yeah, yeah. Oh, and you also can put clover. Ellen White says that it's very good for nervous system. Red clover. Yeah, she says it can restore sleep and can restore brain cells. That's what I put in there too. So yeah, and then you put it all that and let it stay for 6-8 weeks, and then you can just squeeze it out. And I keep it in a glass jar in my fridge. And every time that I have problems sleeping or I'm nervous and stuff, it really works for me. I just put spoon and makes really nice tea, and it just side effects, no side effects. You just sleep well, and it's really nice. So for this stuff, which I do, the main plants are. So you fill the empty jar with the plants. I also dry them a little bit, make them wilted, and I put them in a jar. Sometimes I run them through the processor to make it smaller because they're easier to fill. And you fill a jar up to maybe this area, and then you put olive oil, extra virgin olive oil in there. Some people can put almond oil, sweet almond. I never tried, so I cannot tell you how it works. But olive oil works really good. And then there is different opinions. Some people say you should put it in a dark place because sun will kill it, the elements. Some people say no, you have to put it on the sun because then the heat makes it like release more properties out of the plants. So I compromise. I put it in a bag, paper bag, dark, and put it on the sun. So that way it does both, and it works out. But interesting thing, the dogs like it. They think they know it's something good. So every time I put it outside, if dogs can find it, they will make a hole in the metal and they just try to lick it out. So strange. So yeah, put it high if you have dogs. So for this one, I used a plantain. So plantain goes for skins, and it's very good for the skin because it builds new cells really fast. So it's really good for the skin. Then another excellent plant you can put in there is a yarrow. So yarrow stops bleeding and also heals the wounds, and it takes infections off. Um, it takes inflammation off. Yarrow is really good. So then I put bunch of horsetail in it. Horsetail.
excuse me, are you on to a third recipe Are you
Yes.
talking about a
Yes.
salve for healing?
Yes, this is the stuff. So see, I didn't know I will teach all this. I would put it on a screen and make it like all the recipes, so it take a picture and everything. So I just need to come with memory. And like, it was this a sudden offer to do. But so what I learned about horsetail. If you don't have any plant at all and you don't know anything, you need to remember this one because this plant is amazing. So one once I was so sick with the flu, I had high fever, and then you move your eyes, it hurts to move. It's just so bad. And I was taking ESL classes, and teacher was very strict. So you have to come and do exam. If you didn't do exam and you missed it, you have to start over, no matter what. And my exam was next day, and I have this flu. I can't not even walk. I can't even move my eyes. It's so bad. And my neighbor across was Seventh Day Adventist. She had allergies to all medication. She couldn't take anything, so she knew all natural stuff. And I walked by the mailbox, and she was outside, and she said, "How are you?" I said, "Well, I'm so sick, and I have exam today." And she told me, like, "Oh, just make tea out of it, you'll be fine tomorrow." I said, like how she can take so easy my sickness. I mean, it's a serious situation. Like she couldn't even at least give some empathy, you know. Like oh, just make a tea, you'll be fine. I said, maybe I should try. So I took that, and if I do anything, I just do it. Not one or two, I make a big bunch, and I boiled it. And I heard from other people before that this one has element, like silica and some other elements, but they get released if you boil it a little bit, not just right away. It needs to be boiled at least 10-15 minutes or so. So that's what I did. I boiled it on slow 10 minutes. Then I put apple cider vinegar, spoon of it, and honey, and made a tea. And I drank about 1 liter and went to sleep. In the morning, there was nothing left. I was perfectly healthy. Nothing. I was just like, whoa! I was so impressed with that herb. And there wasn't any scientific reading or anything. This is just experience. So then I forgot about it, and I had a kid, and you have a kid, like 3 years old, and kid is sick. Your brain that went blank, goes blank. You know everything, you know that suddenly you forget. And then she had such a high fever, almost 104, and she started in delusion. You start saying things, and she was red. And I started panicking. Like, God, what do I do? I mean, like, I didn't know what to do. It was so bad. And then like a voice in my head came. Said, remember horsetail? I said, oh yeah. So I ran outside, and it was like a fall, like November. But in Washington, it kind of still, you can find green stuff. And I found this behind the fence, some old church. And I brought it and I boiled. And I made her tea with apple cider vinegar and honey. And I usually put a little bit raspberries for vitamin C, frozen if you have a fresh. And I gave her 2 cups to drink. Temperature went away. In the morning, healthy kid. And I said, wow, this is amazing. That works. This is so cool. So every time in the summer, I dry a lot of this. I have a bags of it. And my kids never sick more than 1 day. So I don't give this every single day because if you overuse it, overdose it, so no. They call it sick tea. And my husband, he's American. He told me when he was sick, I was trying to make him this. And said, I don't need any Russian witchcraft in his house. Yeah, so don't even try to make this for me. I'm not going to take it. You know, like he believed in traditional medicine, like pills. You're sick, you take a pill, you're done. But then he saw how it works for kids. Now he takes it, and every time I come home and I see like he's boiling, I know someone is sick, and he called it sick tea. Like Steven was sick, I made him sick tea. Like he's fine now. So this is what, and I use apple cider vinegar because apple cider vinegar, it has properties like element K. I don't know how kali. No, not calcium. Why? We are vitamin K. So what I was, as I say, I'm not a doctor, but this is what I was told, and from practice, it proved to be working. So what happens when people get sick? The liquid from inside the cell start forming in between the cells. This is where we get all this like mucus and all this liquids coming out and cough and all that stuff. Yeah, and more liquid inside, the more bacteria and germs grow in between. So then you take apple cider vinegar. It helps to bring all the liquid back inside the cells, and all these germs inside between they die. So I had a chronic cough until I was 14. So as soon as fall starts until summer, I've been coughing, and it's not just it's just that you can sleep. My mom tried anything on me. Like I was a victim of natural remedies experiments. Geese fed with cocoa powder. Oh, it was horrible. And honey with garlic, honey with onions would test the worst. Then compresses. Then she'd come up with so many things, and nothing worked. Nothing. And they rubbed me with all sorts of ointments, that warming ointments, and then I was 14. My parents, they went for a business trip, and they hired an old lady like me. And she said, well, you should make a tea and drink it. I said, nothing will help. I said, no, you need to do it now, because if you will not take care of this, it will become worse. And then you will pee your pants, then you cough. And that worked. That scared the heck out of me. Like, because she knew how to tell you. So she said, just take a glass of water, put apple cider vinegar, maybe like a half of the cup, just tiny bit. It don't have to be sour because you can destroy your stomach. And put honey in it. It should taste like lemonade. It should be pleasant. And just drink it. And I did it for a week, and my cough disappeared and never came back. This is how powerful it was. So since then, I remember. And then kids start getting sick a little bit. I always make them this sick tea and honey and vinegar, and I put something with vitamin C. It can be cranberries or raspberries, or I'm allergic to wild roses, but rosehip. But those have lots of vitamins. So you can boil it. So I dry a big bag in the winter, and then people get sick around. So once my helper said I can come to work because my son has 104 fever for 5 days now, and I cannot do anything because I have to stay with him tomorrow. And some people, they don't get it. Like you tell them, just boil it. For them, it's just a big science. Like, so just come, I'll make a tea for you. So she comes, I just gave her ready product. And she gave to son, next day she was working. He went to school. So this is how it works. It also very good with, it works as antibiotic. Like my mom, when she was younger, I was about maybe 10, she was painting the ceiling, and then she jumped off and then she landed on a nail. The nail was like a very thick, big nail, and went through entire her foot and came out. And it was really bad. And her leg got all like inflamed and got red and got really bad. And you can get serious infection. Like my aunt works in the hospital, and she said, well, I work with a young guy, his leg was amputated. I said, what happened? Well, just he had this ingrown nail, and then he got infection. And infection spread out, so they had to amputate his leg. I said, really? This is like crazy, because this, if you boil it, like concentrate it, if you boil it well, and you cool it down so it doesn't burn you, and you just hold your, whatever part of your body has infection, just hold there like for 20, until it cools off a few times, and it takes infection off. It can clean, it even, people did tests, and it can even heal gangrene. Do I say it right? Yeah. So this is how strong this is, yeah.
Would that work for bee stings and wasp stings and things like that?
I don't know. I didn't do.
Big experiment.
Yeah. So for bee stings, I use the plantain. Plantain. Yeah, I use plantain. I put it in my stuff here. So back to the salve. So that's why I put, when I do this skin salve, I put there this thing too for like antibiotic properties. So
Can you, two questions.
yeah,
When you're boiling your horsetail,
yeah,
it's a stem and all.
yeah.
Okay, and then can you walk me through how you'd actually make a cup of the tea, the sick tea?
So you boil water, then it's bubbling. You put it. You can put it fresh, or you don't have fresh. You can dry. Doesn't matter. And you need to put like a bunch, like this much, because my friend she said, "Well, I tried. It doesn't work." And then I saw how she did it. She just put this to. It worked, but not strong enough. So you need to make it little like more substantial. And then I put it in there and I turn the heat on low, lowest position. And I boil like 10, 15 minutes. And then it's done. I take a cup, I put frozen raspberries in there. Because if I put honey in a hot water, in a hot tea, it's not good for honey because it has a live organ properties. So I put frozen raspberries or frozen cranberries in a cup first, then I put the tea, it cools the tea a little, and then I add honey in it. And then I have this apple cider vinegar. It depends, if you have organic, it's weaker, so you need to put a little bit more. If I have non-organic, I just put about half cup that's on top. And I put in it. And then I mix it and I taste it. It should taste like lemonade. It's very tasty. It's very easy to give to kids. And if it's too sour, means you put too much. You need to add either more water, and a little bit more honey, because you don't want to be too sour. It can damage your stomach. It's not good. So anyway, yeah, I put all the properties, plants that have skin properties. So let's start again. So the plantain, what we already put in there. Yeah, plantain, yarrow, horsetail weed. Then I also put oregano in there because it's antibiotic. I put heel oil in there too because it has good properties. Um, then I put so many things in there. I put lavender because lavender is a sunscreen. It helps with the skin protection. Um, you can put linden tree in there if you have linden flowers or leaves. They are very good for the skin as well. Um, then you can put hickory. Hickory has anti-inflammatory and antifungal. Last year we put Oregon grapes. Oregon grapes help with psoriasis. They're good for skin and they also have like good properties for the skin. Um, and
How do you say hickory?
linden, linden tree, linden tree. Yeah, that's very good too. Um, and also, then it's done after 6-8 weeks. You can squeeze it out. I add a few drops of tea tree oil. So tea tree oil is very good for disinfecting, for healing. Oh, I forgot the main element in there. You put a little bit of, you put calendula, you put chamomile in there too, and you put comfrey. Comfrey.
What is the base?
Olive oil. Yeah, comfrey. So you don't want to put too much comfrey because comfrey has ability to grow cells of your body so fast that it can close the wound without healing inside yet. So I don't put too much comfrey in there. So you need to be moderate. You need to give enough time to heal inside because you don't want to get infection. So if you put comfrey, comfrey is such a good healing thing that comfrey even can heal broken bones. So if you have a broken bone and it's healing, people put comfrey ointment and the bone grows together twice faster. One of my, yes.
Oh, I was going to say, do you put anything to preserve it, like vitamin C?
No,
vitamin
I
E?
don't.
No?
So yeah, just if you put comfrey, make sure you dry it first because it has lots of water. Yeah. So one of my friends, my mom, she put her finger by accident in a wood splitter and had her finger squashed. It was really bad. And my friend said, "So you need to order ointment from Germany. It called, um, so basically heal all in their language. It heals the bones and heals all the wounds. She said anything is like so good, amazing ointment. And they produce it in Germany. You have to order it, like ship it. And I was like, oh yeah, I need to buy it for my mom. So, and then I said, well, let me look what it's made of. And I looked in the content, and there was only one ingredient, was comfrey. It's like I have a garden full of it. Why would I spend like $50 shipping in here? I just can make it my own, right? So comfrey is very good for the skin. Yes.
So comfrey you can use fresh to make poultice.
Yes, you can. Yeah, you can use comfrey, and you can use yarrow. You can use uh,
You use the root as well.
yeah, you can use it. You can make it. Yes. So then I had surgery. I had comfrey and I had plantain and yarrow, and I smashed it with a hammer, and I made it in a clean fabric, and I put it on a wound, and it like heals fast. So, yeah. So and then after 6 8 weeks, you squeeze it really well. Some people use press. Some people like me, just cheap people, just squeeze it really well. And then you have like this like really green oil. It smells like some people like it, some people don't, but depends what it is. And then you can just use oil and it will already work. But if you make a salve, so you make it on a water bath. So you put it in some dish, and then you put this in the water, and then that water you put on the stove. So basically, you heat up the water, and the water heats up the oil because you don't want to destroy all the good elements in there from heat. And then it's kind of start to become warm. You need to take a beeswax, and usually the proportion is 1/4. You can measure how much you have oil. So, and then 1/4 of the oil for the good combination. If you put too much or too little, it's still not gonna change the healing properties. It's just gonna texture be different. So you put beeswax in there and a little bit and it heals. Some people, they don't do like 1/4. They just keep putting it and then they put spoon in it and then in cold water and it's become hard. That's it ready. Some people like it hard. Some people, you know. And I also add there about 2 spoons of coconut oil because and if you want to, you can add something to smell good, like put jasmine oil, essential oil, or lemon oil. You can add orange oil, whatever you like to make it good smell. That's pretty nice. Um, yeah, and then the coconut oil, because if you just put beeswax, it kind of make it kind of slippery. When you put it, it doesn't make it the texture. And this one is just you put it and it's just nice. So I just put coconut oil to make it like you can play with it. And then I usually do I buy these jars on Amazon. They're cheap. They're not expensive. And then I sterilize them because if you want it like if you make small one, first I tried 1 year, I made just one, and I thought, wow, it healed so many things in me and it replaced me sunscreen, hand lotion, face lotion. Then I had medicine for cracking skin, like vitamin E. Replaced the lubricant because when you get older, for intimate use, you buy lubricants there. It works amazing like that. It can be used for baby bath. It can be used like for anything. Um, Even blister, I had a blister, put it on in the morning, it wasn't any. So I just have it at 27 in one with me all the time. And it worked so well, and people say, well, we want two. So next year I made more, and this year I made a big bucket because people keep asking for this stuff. And it's easy to make. So any questions about this?
What about using shea butter instead of
Yeah, you can put shea butter. Yeah, people put shea butter. People put vitamin E. You can add different. You can Google stuff. There's lots of information in that. I just do it simple.
It's just a carrier.
Yeah,
So
Yeah.
you can add those.
Yeah.
those to it.
yeah, you can add shea butter. I just didn't have time to study what it does, the properties of it, and what I want to know. Yes. So what?
How did you make it like so soft? Because normally when I do my own,
Uh-huh.
they always ended up with plants, a little tiny pieces of plants.
Well, you need to strain it.
Drain it in like
You need to strain it through fabric.
Okay.
Yeah, you put a cloth and maybe a few layers if you want it like really fine without pieces. Yeah, I put once I put propolis in it. You know, propolis is a bee product,
Yeah.
and I put it in the melting oil with the bee wax. I thought it will melt, but it didn't melt, and it was just on the bottom. You can see pieces. so So this stuff, I didn't make it, that's my friend made it. Her name is Wendy and she's off grid and she does all this stuff. She even treated pneumonia with essential oils that I didn't believe. Like then I had pneumonia when I was a kid, nothing but antibiotics work. And I thought, well, you can have like a natural remedies to certain level. At some point you have to have help. You have to go to the hospital. And she said, well, I have pneumonia. I said, go to the hospital. She said, oh, I'm taking oregano oil. And it actually healed pretty good. And I said, oh, interesting. So she made this that's made from, it's a painkiller salve and made from willow bark. And has a nice, it actually has smells good. And I didn't believe it will work because if you have pain, if I have pain, it goes like a hammer on your head and nothing helps. So I just thought, I'll try because
For headaches.
no, not for headaches, for pain. If you have something painful, and it works. I was surprised. So it takes about 20 minutes because it needs to be more concentrated, I think. But after, like, then I had this surgery, as I told, remember, I didn't take painkillers. I just put this, and that's it. And it, willow bark, willow bark and olive oil. Yeah, just same. Keep it in the oil for like 8 weeks. You can also add in there willow bark and you can prickly salad. You can Google, it's a weed grows everywhere. Prickly salad. It has painkiller properties too. So you put that one and this one and you can painkiller salve. And it works, I tried. For the headache, I used to have a bad headaches, really bad headaches. So then it just starts in the beginning. Raspberry tincture, if it, rosemary, rosemary, yeah. Rosemary tincture, it's like a widens up the blood vessels. Some people, like it helps for me. I put it in the water and then I really angry in my headache. I put the turmeric and I put cumin oil, make it really yucky and I drink it. and cayenne pepper sometimes. And it like, but rosemary oil is really good. And this is a natural painkiller. It's called IBU actin. So this is from natural supplements. And it's my friend, she has a terrible um, migraines, yes. And they go for 2-3 days in a row, and she even throws up. This is how bad they are. So she found that if she takes this, then it just starts. She starts feeling the headache just starts. You can take 2 or 3. It's kind of sort of like they made from supplements, natural remedies. And she takes that, and you can buy on Amazon. So if you take about 3 of them, all at once, and raspberry tincture, you have lots of chances your headache will not continue. That's like
To be aware of new videos like this one, be sure to subscribe to the Preparing for the Time of Trouble channel. For more free videos and downloadable audio podcasts, as well as handouts, go to www.preparingforthetimeoftrouble.com. Topic categories include recordings of live seminar presentations, country living, sustainable gardening, homestead remedies, how to be self-sufficient when the grid goes down, wild edible and medicinal plants, hydrotherapy, and end-time Bible prophecies. To take advantage of these free resources, go to preparingforthetimeoftrouble.com.